Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, it is once again time for a special entry, all international introduction, so let's just go right ahead. Good evening, guten Abend, buonasera, buenas noches, konnichiwa, dobrovic, dober vitsor. Here we go. Good afternoon, good quell, shalom, and most important of all, let's just go with Grüß Gott. For our friends from Austria. So, it is time. It is game number 3. It is the finals. Team Empire here represented by Qbert and Aristeo on the left side, playing in this ZT versus ZT finals, or ZT against Team Lillesid, represented by Lil Kanan and Sid himself. So, let's take a look how much aggression we see early game this time. There we see the GLHF, and looks like Lil Kanan isn't in the mood for some friendly words here. Anyway, so first game we saw Lil Kanan and Sid being able just to have the more aggression, and the mistake, I'm not saying the mistake, I would rather say the decision of the Team Empire guys to go for some tech and not just to constantly produce units was not the best run for them in the first place. On the second game we saw, for example, Lil Kanan decided to go for some Banshee play, so he stopped producing stuff, he decided to go for the tech, and he had the tech out just too late, and that's why Team Empire was able to go for some aggression. Of course, non-stop rel micro tier 1 aggression in TVT, not in TVT, in 2v2 can be quite successful. So we have to take a look and see, do we see some sort of tech? I mean, on this map Scorched Haven, you can go for some quite nice aggression, but because of the fact that you will not be able to use those Zalnagar watchtowers here and the top, here and the bottom the proper way, because as soon as the vision of the Zalnagar watchtower is gone, as soon as you have the vision on the Zalnagar watchtower, you still have no idea what's going on here in the middle of the map. So now the pool is finished for Sid, now the pool is finished for Aristeo, but Aristeo immediately following it up with a roach run, like in the first game, like in the second game, and not in the first game, because in the first game he decided to skip the roach run, decided to go for some mutas, but he was not successful. This second Zergling actually was able to get in the base, spotting this reactor, spotting this factory. It's a Lil Kanan. He wants to go for some reacted Hellions right away pretty soon. Meanwhile, Aristeo was able to get in the base of Sid, spotting no Banix Nest, spotting no Roach Roar, so he knows, okay, the speed Zergling, mass Hellion aggression is coming up, so the decision here for Aristeo to go for the Roaches right away is not the worst. So if you just tuned in, if you're not familiar with all those names, who is the fuck is Aristeo? Never heard of Qbert before. Lil Kanan, is he just watching cartoons all night long? And what's up with Sid? Those guys are actually really good 2v2 players, especially Aristeo and Qbert, for example, on the ladder, having 500 wins and only 50 losses, so 90% win rate on the ladder. This is quite huge, and they are not too bad on 2v2 and on through 3 and 4v4 ladder as well. So now here we see all those Zerglings by Aristeo being well micro, doing a good job at trying to surround as much of the Lil Kanan's Hellion. Meanwhile, the Roaches were doing some damage as well, so the first big attack here by Lil Kanan and Sid was defended by Qbert and Aristeo. So let's take a look at the harvest account for the moment. 2019 compared to 1319. So small advantage for Aristeo and Qbert here at the moment, and that's why what is Qbert doing? He's once again going for the factory number 2 with the Blue Flame Hellion. Started the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade right now. And apparently this Zergling Hellion combination is quite efficient in the early game. And there we see once again little Kanan deciding to go for some Hellion play, and of course some Banshee play. Now even going for the cloak, and of course those Banshees, super effective against Hellions, super effective against Zerglings, super effective against Roaches. I mean, the Zerglings, they got those small little wings here in the back, but still they cannot jump high enough to take care of the Banshees. And I mean, those flying Zerglings, with the 4.7 movement speed, then jumping into the air, pulling the Banshee down to the ground and just losing the claws to do some damage, would be a really awesome thing. But now Lil Kanan went out with his Banshee already, trying to take out more Hellions, trying to do some damage. Of course, he just needs to focus on the hatchery, he needs to focus on the SCV producing the command center here, trying to deny the expansion capabilities of either Cubit and Aristeia, meanwhile expanding themselves. We see Sid finished with his hatchery, but no plans just yet. He just started with his command center, and he's having another Banshee out there pretty soon, even though the second Banshee got delayed a little bit. But the cloak is finished in 10 seconds here for little Kanan, and Cubit just now trying to go for some missile turret buildings, but of course this Banshee is now a Sergeant Banshee at 10 kills already, and that's why he went for the Banshees in the first place in the last game, where he was a little bit too late. But now he is not too late, he is able to kill so many SCVs, and still remember, he's got the cloak if he wants to cloak. And this Banshee, Captain Banshee now at 15 kills, second Banshee arriving, so what is the answer by Aristeia? Now he's going for the Spire, but the Spire 60 seconds away from being finished. Then you can add another 33 seconds for the Mutalisk building time in there, and now those two Banshees at 4 kills, 5 kills in total, and the other Banshee, what's up with their 21 kills already. He needs to watch out for the missile turret, and of course if they're flying towards too much to the south, those missile turrets will provide the vision, so so this Viking can take it down. And now he needs to lift up this orbital command. Oh, now nice job by Aristeia moving in with the Overseer, providing the vision. Banshee number 1 goes down, Banshee number 2 goes down, but the damage has been done, and Banshee number 3, intelligent move by him, will be flown away here. But the damage has been done, this command center is finished, this hatchery of course as well. Now let's take a look at the unit counting station. So we see 31, 35 harvesters for our team Lillesid here, and Team Empire. Aristeia at 38 drones, and only at 12 SCVs for Cubert. I mean, because of the fact that Cubert got those 2 orbital commands, he is able to produce quite a lot of SCVs, but still, same goes here for little Kanan. And I mean, maybe it's even time to go for another expansion here in the bottom right half island location. More Zerglings being moved out by Sid. Does he want to go for some small damage? And because of the fact that Cubert was more occupied building SCVs and missile turrets, he was not able to get many units out. I mean, he's got the Blue Flame Hellions. Oh, he does not even have the Blue Flame Hellions. Looks like he cancelled this upgrade and instead went for the siege mode. This is interesting. Second siege tank for him is out right now. Zerglings moving back here by Sid. What about little Kanan? He does not have the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade as well. And what else is he producing? More Vikings and just more Vikings. And do we see any Spire units on the field for Aristeia? He's got 4 Mutas. Here are those Mutas flying around a little bit, but Aristeia for the moment is now focusing a little bit more on roaches, more drones of course, now going for the burrow, and one other important thing is going for the infestation pit. And we saw that Aristeia is really good with the infestors, creating artificial 2v1 situations where you just control a bunch of units and then just let your ally take them out, especially the combination of units which are fungal growth and the front, and your allied siege tanks in the back. We already saw this on the semifinals on high orbit, where a lot of roaches were fungal growth by Aristeo, and then Cubit siege tanks were just able to take care of the rest here. But it's still not too much going on right now. Each player, each team is being very careful here, not trying to move out too much, even though Lil Kane is moving out with his Vikings. He was not just yet checking here for the overload, but now more roaches, more Hellions, and more infestors moving out right now. Now here comes the scan. Aristeo and Cubit preparing for an attack, and there are nice fungal growth being casted on the Vikings. Now the Mutas with the Vikings being able to take this out, and there we see Cubit sieging up with his remaining siege tank. Now how about those Banshees? Do we see an Overseer at the front? No, we do not. And now nice fungal growth on the Banshee. Now the Banshees got decloaked. Of course, you cannot cloak your Banshees, and no need to cloak it either because of the scan. This pointy French run is a little bit too late, and finally now Sid is deciding to move on, but nice fungal growth here on the Zerglings. Zerglings down to 1 HP, and this is not looking too good for Sid and Lil Kane here. Now Burrow with the roaches, there comes the scan, the siege tanks and the remaining roaches helping out, and we should see a GG here any second now, because there are just more reinforcements coming in by both Aristeo and by Sid. And remember, the Banshees did so much damage, but they did one crucial mistake. They put the economy of Aristeo and Cubit so much behind, but they did not went for another expansion just in time, because this hatchery just finished for Sid, and there was no other expansion by Lil Kane as well. So that's why in the end they were not too successful at all. Empire, just with a better micro, with a better timing, and with a better unit composition, was able to take this third game. So now Empire, after being behind one game, winning game number 2, winning game number 3 as well, just need to win one more game to be able to take this whole tournament. And of course the prize, the 2 Plantronics 777 headsets, are worth €100 each.